G'day, my name's Firefighter Barratt. I'll be giving you training today. We have other people here. I've got to thank Firefighter Kennedy and Firefighter Hendricks and the man behind the camera, Firefighter McCartney, for helping me here to attend this training session. What we're doing today is we're talking about the classifying of leave, sick leave, like NMCs, etc., like that. Also, that includes carers leave. It's a new thing that we've had to do in the last year or two, and for those of us that don't take much leave, it's a bit of a shock from the old facts into safety. So that's the need that we're doing there, and hopefully the objective is that after this you guys will have a lot of confidence in doing these things and have no problems. What I'm going to do is we're going to go through a few of the safety issues here, and then I'll give you a bit of an introduction, and then we'll try and be as hands-on as possible. I'll give you a bit of paperwork to help you follow through. I'll give you that right now. There we go. And then we'll go through a demonstration. Okay, we'll move on and we'll just talk a bit of quick safety and a little induction. We're here in the relay room at City Fire Station. Your emergency exit is out the only exit door from the relay room, which is out there, as you guys well know. The closest to meet is either out in the bay out the back there with lifts, or outside on the street. That's nothing new for you guys. Any hazards, basically just dealing with electrical appliances, make sure you don't pull or kick any of the cords that you're out of the way, knock things over or anything like that. Obviously an operational interruption can increase that likelihood, so just take care. We'll move on from there. The only other thing is just a bit of hygiene, maybe before we touch the keyboard, we'll just use this to make sure it's all nice and clean. Okay, I'll go on to an introduction. I've got here a little bit of a printout, and one of the things, the first one's a quick guide to how to do some scanning, which is a requirement in case you need to, for instance, scan supporting documentation, such as if you've got a sickness due to a medical certificate, you'll need to attach a medical certificate. Carers leave, you might need to do a stack deck or a medical certificate. So you need to know how to turn your hard paper copy into a digital copy so that it can be attached to the submission. After that, we've got the process for how you go about applying for carers leave, which is 2 pages. Then I've got another classification of care leave, sick leave, and how the process is through there. We'll work through this as we go along. And then there's some frequently asked questions. These are all documents off the Fire Brigade website, which is let you know there. Now at the end, I've got a few little documents there with regards to, if you take a look, with regards to a sample. I've got a sample stat deck, a sample medical certificate, it's a bit of a joke, and the stuff so that we can scan these on. So here's your sample stat deck, burn your cinders. This is the kind of thing you do for carers leave. As I was saying, we're just talking about the stat deck. Certain points you've got to make. So you're a carer of your relative, it's usually a relative or somebody you live with, such as a son, daughter, stepchild, that kind of stuff. The time and date that you were unable to, or you provided care for that person. The medical certificate here, we've got burning cinders, was unavailable to work on such and such a date, from such and such a time, such and such a time, signed by Dr. Dagoff. Okay.
That's clever.
Very clever. Thank you for that input. Okay, so where we'll go from here is we'll just take a look what you need to do before you even start going into your ESS, which I know you guys all know how to do, so I'm not going to bother about that, is you have to scan a document. So if we'll just take a look at the scanning of the document, if you go down here to scan on the bottom there, basically you put the originals in the feeder. We might want to maybe come over here. So we'll grab our medical certificate, we'll put it in the feeder. Maybe if you want to follow through on this, so then you press send. That's the button there.
Power first. Yeah.
That's good input. So if you put on send, you'll see. And then you go into your address book, there's that button there, can you see?
Yep.
And we'll go down to the station, which is, if you go down here, you can see that's the station there, PC.
Oh yeah, relay room.
Yep.
Yep.
So okay button.
Okay.
And just give it another press, so it's got it in the system,
Yep.
it's got completed, and then you just press start.
Cool.
And then we'll go through and scan it. to just save that, and it should come up here. What did you save it as? Oh, there we go.
Before
Yeah,
those
there we go.
delivery
So
guys
there
came.
it is there, and you can open it up and you can see it's there. Okay, so now we have a copy, a digital copy of his medical certificate. Now we might go into ESS and try and put it in. Now, just to let people know here at this stage, a gentleman in the IT department of Fire and Rescue New South Wales, Mr. Tony Greaves, I owe him a big thank you. He's managed to put together the possibility of doing this in a test environment, which is normally not available to you. Normally you actually have to be sick for something for it to come up on ESS, but in this case it is not the case because I managed to set it up. So you normally go into ESS, you can just go classify leave there. You can see that, that's just on your home page, goes to classify leave. Or the other way, if you go to employee services, if it comes up, you'll see classify leave under leave and work hours, first entry. Anyway, so we'll just go in there. And wait for this thing, it takes its time to chunk through. And you'll see that under here we've got a number of sick leaves that need to be classified. Anyway, we'll just start with the first one here that we're doing together. We might do it on this one here if you don't mind. And
So these are actually real ones for you? Or?
no, these are ones that are in a test environment that I made. Now, one of the other things that Mr. Greaves asked me was whatever we do with this test environment, don't actually hit the submit button at the end because it'll actually upset personnel. And we don't want to upset personnel, so we'll just go through it. So what one does, maybe you can if you want to have a go, you just go, let's say down here, and we'll do this sick leave for 10 hours, and you hit that button there. Now we've got a medical certificate that you saw before, so you just hit sick medical certificate, and you'll see it comes up here at the bottom. Step A, browse to choose a file. This is where we upload the supporting documentation. So if you hit browse, and we'll go to desktop. Open. Yeah, sorry, go down here. Yeah, we'll go down the bottom, and you'll see med cert down the bottom somewhere as a PDF file. There we go. And now it's listed there. See, the file's listed there, and then you just press upload. Yeah, press that upload. That's fine. Okay, now you see the file's up there and uploaded. If you put up the wrong file there, you press something wrong, you'll see there's an X there, and you can just remove it. But if that's fine, and then after that, you would hit submit. But we're obviously not doing that in this environment because we don't want to upset personnel. So that's basically how you would do it in a standard, straightforward manner. So what I thought now, since I've shown you through that, I might just show you another one that first we'll do. But first I might ask Kat's turn. We've downloaded the medical certificate, so maybe you can try to go scanning on the statutory declaration. We've got here, from Mr. Bernie Cinders. So I'm just going to, as you know, turn the start button. Send. Moving on to the computer. Oh, sorry, you've got to hit the button. Okay, that's it. EC 45. Now you've got to press OK. OK again. Okay, now let's pop that link. There, and press start. And it'll go along and it should scan through. So, now, if you go along in here, you'll see the document. Open that up. That's what it is. Maybe we'll go to File, Save As. Yeah, that's a different one. File, Save As, and you maybe want to name it something, like Stat Deck or something. And can we save that up here? If you just go up here, hit the taskbar up there, and go into desktop, so we save it in desktop, and save, and it's a PDF file. Might just close that. And we'll take a look. Did you see that it was there? Let's just close, just minimise it. There we go, that's Stat Deck. Just want to pull it over something. Okay, let's just open up, make sure it's the document. Yeah, that's document, so just close that. And maybe we'll have a go here at putting in the Stat Deck or something. Maybe in there if you want to have a go. Well, Jimmy did it last time, so I thought.
No, I did it.
Did you? Oh, okay. You do it then. Okay. So we'll try this one here. Just hit the drop down menu and you'll see personal carers, which is where you need a statutory declaration for. And you go browse, desktop, and just go down and find it's under Stack Deck. That's it there. Yep. So select that, and you can see it's there now in the bar, and you can just press upload. Check that. Oh, this is the tape. Yeah, that's what I did just before.
Can you click on it?
Yep, and there you can see Stat Deck. There, that's it. Yep. No, right, start it up, and you can check it again and close it.
That one or
Top one. Just close that. Top. Yeah. Okay, and then normally you press submit. Don't do it. But normally you press submit. All right. Oh no, it's too tempting for an experienced firefighter like yourself. Okay, so now the third option would be maybe try one here, an NMC. Usually, now remember, if it's 24 hours, it's 2 NMCs, but usually that's what you'll be doing. You go NMC. You notice that with an NMC, you don't need any supporting documentation, so there's no need to do it. Okay, so is that all pretty clear for everyone?
Yeah,
Go roll through. Now, I'll show you the last little bit of interest, which is the top one, which I've asked to put in. You'll see that here, normally you have a split option on some of these, particularly where it's a longer shift. You'll see that's 48 hours, it goes from the 9th to the 12th. So what it means is that, let's say on the first day you had an NMC, and then the following days after that it was under a medical certificate.
Days or shift?
Days, they're talking whole, over different shifts. Basically, in the period there, we need to split that up into different ones, so that you can therefore label the different periods for different forms of leave. So, for example, what you would do is, instead of pressing this, and it would all just be one form of leave, what you can do is you can press split. As you can see now, just have a look, you can see that each of the dates, and this is just like as a rough thing on days, each of the days there are listed. Now, how you can do that is you can either hit cancel split and go back to where you were originally, or you can hit each one of those little circles and classify the leave, if you understand what I'm saying. So for example, Cat, maybe if you want to hit the top one for the 9th, and say medical certificate, but then you can, if you press it again, like this, it changes to NMC, and again, it changes to personal carers. So maybe you had, let's say it's on personal carers to start with, you're looking after your child, and they've got the flu, so you're looking after them, and then afterwards you get the flu yourself, which could be a case in which case that changes from personal carers to sick leave with a medical certificate, something like that. So maybe let's try that. So Mr. Hendricks, maybe if you could try on the 10th, put on personal carers, and then so hit on the circle and you just toggle through personal carers, that's it. And then the next 2 days, try here on the 11th, put in sick leave, medical certificate, that's it. And the bottom one, again, medical certificate. So you can see there that we split the shift, and then you can hit, once you're satisfied with what you've got, you can go save split.
So that 10th of the 4th means that even though that shift starts at 1800 on the 9th.
No, in this case, this person is doing special roster of 12 hours a day. So some form of special roster.
Save split.
Yeah. And then what you normally have to do is you have to upload, because again, we've got the first days were personal carers. So if you hit browse, we've already got those 2 documents already scanned in onto the desktop. Yep. And then if you go down, you'll need a stat deck, which was that one. Yes. Open. And you can upload that. Hopefully there it is. Beautiful. Okay. And you'll also need to upload a second one, because you'll have to upload your medical certificate as well.
So that one.
Yeah. So now you can see you've got a stat deck and a medical certificate. You see that?
Yeah.
So you've got all your supporting documentation, and then normally you press submit, which we're not going to do. Now that's probably the most difficult of applications to do, but that's basically about as tough as it gets. Okay then, does everybody feel that? Don't do it, mate. Does everybody feel that they're pretty comfortable with this now? Like, and really on a hands-on thing by yourself, you're comfortable with recording that. I mean, scanning it, and then you're also comfortable with submitting it. Okay then. Where are we now? So we've gone through and we've gone through together and gone over. Now let's just go over some of this documentation, just so you give you a bit of a reminder when you go away. You can see that on this sick leave personal carers, you get first one is the pre-step, which is scanning your documentation. Yeah, then you log into ESS. You guys all know how to do that. I'm not going to tell you how to do that. Then you go through classifying your leave, choose the leave type, upload the supporting documentation, and you submit it. So that's pretty much exactly what we've done here, except we haven't pressed the submit button. Yeah, so that's basically what you do. Now, this is not, in the case of leave of absences more than 28 days, that's a totally different kettle of fish. And you have to go, as you guys would know, understand that things go through health and safety. Just a quick one here on classification of leave. It brings up the pictures of what to do. When you're required to fill in the classification of sick leave. Now, normally they'll actually send you an email if you are unaware of it. But it says you've got to take place within 4 shifts after returning to work. You see that there at the top. I don't want to say. You know, then you've got the pre-step with the medical certificate, and again it shows you how to go through it to get there, and it gives you an example of NMC, sick leave, carers leave, and splitting your leave, which is what we've just done. Frequently asked questions. These are the ones that answer all your esoterical questions with regards to sick leave. Thought I'd put that in there as a little bit of supporting documentation. You know, basically, you know, the things. If I'm away longer than 28 days, then it changes again. This is just really a simple average. Most of this applies to just your basic taking off a shift or two now and again as necessary. So, but that will answer pretty much any of your questions with the online process and generally about how that sick leave is brought in. And that's about it. Now you're welcome to have your sick leaves and medical certificates. I've got a blank stat deck there in case you ever want to go by yourself later on in your own time. Final thing is, do you have any other questions that you might like to?
It's very straightforward.
All pretty straightforward. As again, I wanted to thank that gentleman. There was Mr. Tony Greaves. He was brilliant at setting this up. Normally, that would only, if you went to your classify sick leave and you hadn't had any sick leave to classify, there'd be nothing there. Yeah, in my case, that's my situation. So those things were generated especially by them, and I have great appreciation for having contacted them to get them to do that for me. Otherwise, I'll just get you to fill in some feedback forms, which I'll hand out, and appreciate if you could do that for me. And I'd like to thank you all for coming, and particularly our cameraman back there. Thank you for your steady hand and dealing with the interruptions that we've had today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.